What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. I'm DJ, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about some new releases that I've been picking up lately, some beautiful new releases from Vinegar Syndrome. These are a new boutique sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome called Cinematograph, and we've got 3 releases from them so far. Cinematograph gets its name from the invention of the Lumiere brothers, the all-in-one camera and projector invention that they created all the way back in the late 1800s, but this label is not specialized in silent cinema. They're actually putting out more modern releases from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, kind of filling in the gaps of cinema history for some lesser known releases that haven't gotten released before, at least here in the States. So we've got 3 releases so far from them. They do have spine numbers, spine number 1, 2, and 3. I've picked up all of them, and I'm gonna open them all up and show you guys what they look like inside, hopefully inform your decision whether or not you wanna start picking up this line. I was actually motivated to pick these releases up because of my commenters. I did a video a couple weeks back about my top 10 favorite Digibooks in my collection, and in that video, I was sort of lamenting the fact that we don't seem to get many Digibooks anymore. It's one of my favorite forms of physical media packaging, and companies just aren't putting out Digibooks or media books anymore these days, or at least not that often. And there was a lot of people in the comments who were agreeing with me and kind of sharing that sentiment, but there were other people in the comments who were recommending this line to me. They're like, you gotta check out the Cinematograph releases. They're amazing. And I looked into it, and I have to agree with them, especially holding them in hand now. These are incredible releases. Not only are they Digibooks, but they are cloth-bound Digibooks, very similar to just a normal cloth-bound book, also very similar to the Princess Bride release from Criterion. If you're familiar with that release, they feel very similar to that. But not only are they cloth-bound Digibooks with a very nice, simple design, but they also include these hardcover protective slipcases with original artwork all the way around and a nice little bookmark in there to help you pull it out easily. Very, very nice releases. Love the packaging on these. That's really one of the selling points, but there's also tons of supplements on here and very nice 4K restorations. I have already watched Little Darlings, and I've gone through all the supplements, and I've really enjoyed my time with this movie over the last couple weeks, and I can't wait to dive into the other 2. So let's go ahead and open all these up, take a look at them, and just show you everything that's inside. So spine number 1 is Little Darlings, a wonderful little coming-of-age movie released in 1980 about 2 15-year-old girls at summer camp and their competition to see who can lose their virginity first. That premise might give you the impression that this is just another raunchy teen sex comedy from the 80s, but it is not. It has so much heart in it, and it takes the subject matter so seriously, and I was surprised by how ahead of its time it was and how maturely it handled all of the stuff about losing your virginity, and on top of that, just delivering a really fun, wholesome film about friendship, which seems like a weird word to use for an R-rated film about losing your virginity, but I promise you, it does have a very wholesome feel, and it's just a really fun movie. It is a comedy. It does get very serious and takes, like I said, takes it seriously, but it is still a comedy and a lot of fun to watch. I watched it with my wife, and she really enjoyed it as well. Might become one of our favorites to rewatch. So there is the artwork on the front. Carries around to the spine and then also on the back. I love when boutique labels do these kind of hard slipcases. I think they look really great on the shelf, but I've never seen this before, this kind of ribbon bookmark here that easily lets you slide out the Digibook. So here is the Digibook or media book inside. They've got this really bright, colorful title, and they put the film's logo on all of them. We'll look at the other ones here in a second, but they've got the logo there. They've got the Cinematograph logo up at the top, and then it just says Cinematograph here, and then the spine number is on the spine, and that's all you get. This is just a very simple, subtle, kind of classy looking release. I said with that cloth bound texture on there, and inside you've got the bright color carrying through on the inside as well on the end pages and also on the discs. So this is a 4K restoration and a 4K disc. Not all of these are, some of them are just Blu-ray, but this one is 4K. You get a 4K and a Blu-ray. All of these supplements are not mastered in 4K, they're on the Blu-ray disc, but you do at least get the 2 commentaries on the 4K disc, which is great. So if you want to listen to those, you can watch the 4K version. And then inside, you've just got a wonderfully designed digibook with essays in there and lots of artwork and tons of full color images from the book. You've even got some double page spreads in here. several of them in a row right there. All kinds of great content in there. I have not read the essays yet. That's the only thing I haven't dug into yet. I have watched all the supplements. You get 2 full audio commentaries, one by one of the hosts of the I Saw What You Did podcast, Millie DeChirico, who my good friend John, who's been on the channel several times, he's actually really good friends with Millie. They used to work together at Turner Classic Movies, and she puts in a great commentary on the disc. And the other commentary is by the director, Ron Maxwell, who was very involved with this release. He also has another full hour-long interview where he goes in even more detail, recalling all of his memories about the production, and he actually remembers quite a bit. It was really interesting listening to him. He's a great storyteller and had a lot of fun little tidbits. This film has pretty much been lost ever since it came out, mostly due to music rights. They did not anticipate the VHS boom in the 80s, so they didn't purchase physical media rights for all the songs, so this has not been able to be seen except for a rough TV edit with all the music removed that was not even approved by the director. You can see those deleted scenes on this disc, as well as an introduction from the director talking about why he removed those scenes and how they were just put back in without his permission at all. They didn't even give him a call. So that inferior cut is the only way you were able to watch it for a long time. So it's very, very nice that Cinematograph has put out this lovely 4K restoration of the original theatrical version. The only other supplement on the disc is a video essay from a film critic where she dives into how this film kind of stands out among the other 1980s teen films of its time. You basically had 3 genres. You had the teen sex comedy, you had horror films, and you had very serious teen films. And this film kind of rides that line and kind of does its own thing and really stands out and has stood the test of time because of it. So I really enjoyed all the supplements on this disc. Very informative. I feel like I really understand the movie a lot more now, and I hope that the other 2 releases have the same amount of care put into their supplements as well. Let's go ahead and jump into the other 2 here. Spine number 2 is Welcome to Red Rock West. I will say this one is already out of print. Spine number 1 and 3 are still, at the recording of this video, able to be purchased on the Vinegar Syndrome website, but this one already went out of print. I did have to go to eBay to find this and pay about 30 bucks more, which was unfortunate, but I am glad I did it because now I have all of them and I'm up to date and I can collect the rest of them moving forward. I've never been on the ground floor with a boutique label like this, starting at Spine number 1. So I'm excited to continue collecting these as they come out. This is Red Rock West. This is a 90s neo-noir starring Nick Cage, starring Nicolas Cage. 1993 this came out. We've got a red color scheme for Red Rock West. Different font treatment, obviously, that's the logo up there in the corner. Spine number 2 on the side. The red continues on inside to the end pages and the disc. This one, unfortunately, is not a 4K disc. It's just a Blu-ray disc. I wish they had done a 4K disc. I'm not sure why they didn't. It seems like they're going to kind of jump around with this line and do some 4Ks and some Blu-rays. So that's kind of unfortunate. But the booklet as well, very, very nice. I don't want to look at too much because I haven't seen this film yet, so hopefully there's no spoilers in here, but there you go. You've got tons of images and a couple essays in there as well, just like the other one. As far as supplements for Red Rock West, it looks very similar to Little Darlings. We've got several interviews with the director and co-writer John Dahl. We also have a new commentary track with historian Alan Silver. We've got an interview with the editor and a couple video essays on there as well. So it sounds like another good lineup of supplements on this release. I can't wait to jump into this one. Going to be very different, obviously, than Little Darlings, but that's what I'm liking about this. The 70s, 80s, and 90s are probably my biggest blind spots as far as decades go. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen from those decades, and I like that these are bringing some films to my attention, some smaller films that don't get talked about as much. And then here we have the third one here. It's called Goin' South. This is a Western comedy from 1978, starring and directed by Jack Nicholson, which I had never heard of until this came out. There is the spine on that one. This, of all 3, this slipcase is kind of the most boring. Not as involved, but it looks nice. Then we've got a yellow color scheme on the inside of this one. Looks really nice. Goin' South, a film by Jack Nicholson. Same deal on the inside. We've got the bright, that's a super bright yellow. This one is a 4K. So we've gone back to 4K. We've got the 4K and the Blu-ray disc on the inside there. And then again, tons of artwork and a couple essays there on the inside. You know what you're getting at this point. These are very, very nice releases. Goin' South doesn't have quite as many supplements as the other 2 releases, but we do at least have an audio commentary with film critic Simon Abrams and 2 video essays. So it's at least nice to have those supplements on there. I imagine for most people it's going to depend on whether or not you're interested in the film, but there are some of us who are collectors and just kind of like to have the whole line. I mean, obviously if I start buying these and I just get to a point where I'm not liking any of the movies that come out, then I'll stop picking them up. But I had a great experience with the first one, and I'm hoping to have a similar experience with the second two, but they look great on the shelf. I love the packaging on these, and really, really happy with the presentation, the restoration, and the supplements on the first one. So I can't wait to dive into the other two. And they've already got 2 more available for pre-order that are coming out in just a couple weeks and then a couple months. So 4 and 5 are already slated. I'm gonna have to go ahead and grab those ones too. I don't know how often they're gonna put them out, but it seems like they are starting this year off with a bang and dropping them pretty quickly. Thanks so much to you guys in the comments who brought those to my attention and really pushed me into getting those releases. I'm happy I did. I'm really enjoying those so far. Let me know in the comments if you've picked up any of the Cinematograph releases, or if you have any questions about them. I'll be sure to answer those and talk to you guys down there in the comments section. If you love physical media and want to see more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I don't have a regular schedule where I put out videos. I kind of just put out videos whenever I have time. So if you want to be notified whenever I do put out videos, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, you keep collecting, and I'll be back with another video real soon.